Hey there, welcome back to TurtleMaths. Today we are diving into the world of mathematics to demystify a topic that often seen as a puzzle, factorizing quadratic equation. Don't worry, by the end of this video, you will be a factorization pro. So grab your pens and notebooks, it's time to crunch some numbers. Before we dive into nitty-gritty, let's make sure we are on the same page. Quadratic equations are the equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a, b and c are real numbers. Factorizing them means expressing them as a product of two binomials, such as I want to write it as px plus q times Rx plus S equal to 0. Now my job is to write this ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 such that px plus q times Rx plus S, and when I expand this bracket I should be able to get ax square plus bx plus c. So let's break it down step by step. Step one should be that we should identify our A, B, and C. So let's start with an example. So I have got an example which is, let's say, 2x square minus 5x minus 3 equal to 0. So here my A is 2, my B is negative 5, and my C is negative 3. So since we have identified our A, B, and C, we can go for our step 2. We need to find two numbers P and Q that multiply to A times C. So in other words, first you take out what is the product of your A and C. So here we have got 2 and you multiply it by C, which is negative 3. Your answer is negative 6. So you want to write your negative 5x, such that when you multiply it, you should be able to get negative 6, but when you write it back, it should be equal to negative 5. So what I recommend doing is that you write the factors of 6. So let's see, I have got two factors, which is 1 times 6 is 6, or 2 times 3 is 6. Here I can take 2 times 3, but when I will write it as addition, I have to write negative 2x and negative 3x. But be careful, because if you do so, negative 2 times negative 3 is equal to positive 6, whereas I want my product to be negative 6. So, and we should use 1 and 6, and we can write it as 2x square negative 6x plus x minus 3 equal to 0. Now we have done this. Let's move ahead. We are going to factorize. Factorizing is just opposite of expanding brackets. So we want to write two binomials, so we can actually select our terms, or we can say that these are going to be our two binomials. So what number you can take common between 2x square and negative 6x? In other words, what number can divide both 2x, or what term can divide both 2x square and negative 6x? So here I can divide both of them by 2x. That will leave me with x minus 3, and here I can take out one common, which is will leave us with x minus 3. You can see I have got x minus 3 here and x minus 3 here. If I take out x minus 3 and I create another bracket, I'll be left with 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1 equal to 0. Now, product of two number is equal to 0. It means one of them is 0. So we can say x minus 3 is 0 or 2x plus 1 equal to 0. If x minus 3 is 0, my answer is x equals to 3. Or when 2x plus 1 equal to 0, we will have 2x is equal to negative 1. It implies that x is equal to negative 1 over 2. So that's how we can do it. I have explained this. Now what I want you to do, let's apply these steps to another example. I want you to attempt this example by yourself. You can pause the video and try working it out. So the question is x square plus 7x plus 10 equal to 0. You can pause this video, give it an attempt, and then we will start the discussion. Alright, so as shared earlier, we will be doing it in a step. So step 1 was identifying our A. Here my A is 1, B which is 7, and C which is 10. Then we find out what's the product of A and C. So A times C in this case is equal to 10. Our step 2 was to write down the factors of A times C. So my factors are 1 times 10 will give me 10 or 2 times 5 will give me 10. So these are the only factor pairs I have got. Now pay attention. If I take 1 and 10, the outer product would be equal to 10, but the sum won't be equal to 7. I want the sum to be 7. I want to write this 7 such that its product is equal to 10 and its sum is equal to 7. Here 2 and 5 can do the magic. If I take my step 2, I am going to write this 7x as 2x plus 5x plus 10 equal to 0. Now let's create our binomials. So the step 3 is the factorizing step. Here, what term I can take common between x square and 2x? In other words, what term can divide both x square and 2x? The answer is x. So if you write x outside of the bracket, x square divided by x is x, 2x divided by x is 2. Similarly, between 5x and 10, the term that can divide both of them is 5, which will give me, if I write 5 outside of the bracket, 5x divided by 5 will give us x, 10 divided by 5 will give us 2 equal to 0. Pay attention, here I have got x plus 2, here also I have got x plus 2. If you have written your B correctly, you will get the same binomials over here. Now I can take x plus 2 common. Taking x plus 2 common is I want to write x plus 2 outside and create another bracket, and in this bracket I will write whatever terms I have written outside of the binomial in the previous step. So I will be left with x plus 5 equal to 0. Now the product of two number is equal to 0. It means one of them is 0. So it means x plus 2 is equal to 0 or x plus 5 is equal to 0. If x plus 2 is equal to 0, it means x is equal to negative 2, or when x plus 5 is equal to 0, that means x is equal to negative 5. So these are my solution. Now these solutions are very interesting because when you will plot the graph of x square plus 7x plus 10 on your GDC or on any graphing software, you will find out that you are getting a parabola, and this parabola is intersecting the x-axis at negative 5 and negative 2. So solving a quadratic or solving any equation means finding the point of intersection with the x-axis. This is a very important concept which you should be aware of. And there you have it. Factorizing quadratic equation might seem tricky, but with these steps and a bit of practice, you will master it in no time. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more maths tutorials. Also, if you have any questions or you need help with any other math topics, leave a comment below. We are here to help you succeed in your mathematical journey. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep those equations factorized. Bye bye.